now? Yes, it works. I'm trying to like share the video, but that doesn't really comply. No, the button to share hasn't picked up yet. This is kind of weird, but I'm gonna do this thing then. So, today I'm gonna use time for the best anime ever. You know, I like my so much. Ousama Ranking. I'm just gonna share it manually instead, which I'm not a big fan of doing, but whatever. It is what it is. You know, fastest solution is the best solution, that kind of thing. Bam, there we go. So, of course, we're coming to an end soon, right, this season, and I absolutely genuinely think it's been the best anime this season, right? Or the best anime last year too. You know, combined them, right? An amazing anime. Freaking new awesome one. Like I talked about, for example, with Arcane, the Arcane and the was this Monday, right? And again, people seen that roast. It isn't really about Arcane. It's about that any awards are paid by Disney Red Games, which is Tencent and so on. It's paid by the Chinese government and so on. It's like honestly, right? The whole idea that Arcane is like the best written story and the best voice acting and everything, it's just silly. Come on, it's just silly. Like, I'm not saying Arcane is bad. I'm just saying it isn't the best in every category. It doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? That's not realistic. Just like this anime, even though I think it's the best anime so far this year, it's not the best like comedy. Maybe it is because it's not that many good comedies, but no. But it's like, you know what I mean? Like, this anime isn't the best comedy anime, right? It's the best like drama. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it wouldn't win every category. Even though I think it's the best anime this year, I wouldn't like award it every category. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. So that's kind of weird. But anyway, for example, then in the Annie Awards, they don't have anything. They don't have Ousama Ranking, right? Zero, not much attention, so on. That's why it's silly, right? But for that matter, if you see this roast, I kept comparing to Healing, right? I was like, give me a character in Arcane that is as well written and nuanced as Healing. You can't find that. That's the thing with this anime. This anime is so incredibly nuanced, right? We see Bosses, Mirjano, and so on. It's just like gray zone anime, right? Where Arcane is very black and white. It's very American. It's very like, the characters are very, I'm evil and you're good. Most of them are very much like that. But anyway, let's watch the masterpiece. So 3, 2, 1, and go. But I think again, right? I keep saying it, but if there is something I really love with anime, is how nuanced everyone is, right? It's how when you watch Healing episode 3 and 4 beginning, you first think it's evil, right? And you're like, oh my god, he's the best stepmom ever! Adoptive mommy, right? Mama Healing, right? For example. Domas betrayal, of course. Right? That kind of twist. Not only did he betray him, but how sorry his afterwards, right? It's so good. And obviously mentioned Mirjano and Bosse's love story and so on, right? And how she's just like this kid and so on. Yeah. Like every goddamn character is like not that evil, right? Even the Underworld King here, I think he's gonna betray them eventually because he's like waiting to kill them and so on, right? Waiting to kill Mirjano and so on. Even he is like, oh, I had to kill this orc kid to save morale, and you know, I want to kill my brother. Maybe I can cure him or something. Yeah, even that guy, even though he's clearly something here, even though he's clearly is like probably kind of evil, you know, or he's more like, you know, even he has some kind of light moment, right, so to speak. That's why it's a freaking masterpiece anime, right? Because every goddamn character feels so realistic and organic, and also everyone's action just makes sense to, right? I don't think anyone ever acts out of action. Oh, new opening bit. Oh my god, they changed the opening with the demon there. This is probably gonna be the demon and Mirjano backstory, right? Yep, they changed the opening there. Very slightly, this is one scene. We'll be later in the report. They changed the opening there, very, very slightly. Just added the demon cry in another angle, right? With the mask breaking with Mirjano, I guess. Yeah, so they changed it so very slightly. Shishue? This is like him in, yeah. Show me Shishue. Oh yeah, he's gonna see, yeah. He's just like a title now. He's like Grisha Aaron. He's like, let me show you my backstory, son. Yeah, I will show you the truth in this flashback montage. But yeah. You can see a little bit meat there, nice. Yeah, it's like little bit meat there, girl. But I guess it's gonna raise her. That's why it's kind of weird. I mean, it's obviously kind of her adoptive father, right? And then she's supposed to love with him. So it's a little strange how they're lovers. It is a little bit, right? And he was, as I mentioned earlier, it felt more he was into her mom, right? You know, he's, yeah, the mom, she was fine, yeah. But of course, she hates being alive and so on. After the torture. Man, immediately, oh, this anime, man, immediately, freaking goosebump. See, show me arcade where you want to catch up to kill yourself and then even to leave it. So see, this is some really emotional anime. This is gonna be a crying episode, man. You're gonna see Mirjano's backstory. And the boss is crying. And Mirjano's crying too. No, everyone is crying. Damn it, yeah. No, everyone is crying. Come on. See, show me this in freaking non-anime. It exists though, but it's. I'll stop roasting it. But come on, it's just ridiculous. That was a good scene, man. Now they're out. Okay, so now she's older, I guess. They've been out adventuring for a while here. Ripped Bosse. He's like, hey girl. Yeah, Bosse, you know, the Chad is like, yeah, I just killed some fish or something. I don't know. He's like a giant man. He's like, he's a piece of crap out of them. No, yeah, now she's like, Bosse-sama! You like my food? Yeah. Yeah. But now they're just kind of living here on some kind of paradise island and smashing. I don't know. Yeah, now they're just like living here, like, you know, being together in some kind of romantic paradise island. Yeah, but of course she's obsessed with helping Bosse's dream, right? Yeah, she's like, I will help Bosse become the strongest, right? You know. Yeah, of course she's obsessed since now to serve Bosse's dream, right? Without ever asking him what he actually wants, right? Yeah. Damn, it's anime. It's anime and they got him emotions, man. He's nailed her. Like, see? Yeah, she was like, I will help your dream. Right? Which of course we kind of know about the whole why she wanted to kill his wife. Right? You will help your dream, Bosse. You're like, yeah, but you also love his wife though. Right? Yeah. He's all happy here. He's strong as well. I guess it's too easy for him. Yeah, exactly. I knew it. It's too easy. I want a real fight. Yeah, they're too weak, Mirjano. I want a real fight. I guess she's too afraid to send him. But she's too afraid, right? She doesn't want to send him to a real fight, right? Oh, he comes the first king probably, right? I guess? The god guy? He's the guy behind, you know, the whole god system, right? Or the king system, I suppose. Shabishin. But I guess Bosse got loose then. Yeah, I suppose it's blood now. It's like red in the water, right? Yeah, exactly. So now Bosse finally lost, right? Couldn't beat the god king guy. Now he has to grow stronger. Maybe he can never beat him until he gets the whole sacrifice kid thing. Yeah, maybe he can never beat him until he... Oh, here we go. What can he do then? So he was way stronger. But he maybe can never beat him until he does the whole, you know, island kid thing, right? You gotta get his power from his son and so on. But I would guess that guy is the first king, right? Yeah, no, I mean, I was like, yeah, let's make a baby and take his powers. Here we go. You wanna defeat this guy? Oh, I got a solution for that. Mirjano. Okay, so now we have the demon. Oh! And there are kids. Okay. Daishobu! We best friends ever! Daishobu, I'm the betrayer! Oh god, it's adorable, but also kind of terrible, yeah. Yeah. Daishobu! I would never ask this question until now. That's okay. Which he was like a cute kid until he gave people their wishes. What a goddamn demon curse! I'm a kawaii little demon, and then people ask me questions, you know, ask me, you know, for powers or whatever, right? And then I turn uglier, and I guess evil too, right? He probably goes more and more evil the more he gives people wishes. Yeah, what a terrible demon power. It's like, he's this kawaii little demon kid. It's like every time I help a human, I get uglier and uglier. Yeah. And now we understand that of course he cursed his brother. Yeah, no, yeah. How do you... Yes, then little Bojji is born. The tiniest giant ever. You got the stomach of a giant, but nothing else really. So he did defeat him though, so yeah. But he was probably the first king then, right? When he defeated him. But he kind of cheated his way to winning though, right? So of course he feels empty. I would feel he cheated, right? Because he before he trained and so on, and now she gave him like his son's powers, right? So yeah, both he betrayed his wife and son. His second, I guess, Mirjano his first wife, but his second waifu and his son and so on. But also he kind of cheated, right? He was like a cheat code, right? Instead of training to beat the God King guy, he took Bojji's powers to beat. So. And now he's just like, what if we have a new son? God damn it, Mirjano. What if we have a next scene? And then you take his body too? He's like, oh, Mirjano, gotta body snatcher, evil stepmom, yeah. I mean, she's the original stepmom, right? Yeah, the original wife, right? Oh, yes. Okay, so now Bosse is like, but maybe Daida can love you or something, yeah, so... Then we should have the mirror breaking here. But maybe Daida is fine now, right? We saw him breaking the mirror, so... Of course Daida's gonna come out of the mirror, right? Because that's kind of how it ended. When Bosse flew away here. Yeah, exactly, when Bosse flew away, right? To heaven. Yeah. 20. And there's the demon. That of course it ate her soul. That he can see for some reason. But anyway, yeah. As we know, she's inside of his soul, right? Eating souls. I find it a very weird thing that he has a demon inside of himself. He's also a demon inside the demon, and the demon eats demons, yeah, or something. It's like, okay. But, yeah, back to everyone hating her and so on. Those weird, that crazy country where everyone's so evil. But this is for respect, right? Now Bojji and Daida, I guess, are gonna fight the demon, right? Probably. Yeah, shoot him with a crossbow. Maybe they can light the bot him. I don't know. Yeah. Like, come on. Come on, man. But there we go. Yeah, he gets a little lightning assistance there. Very nice. Bam. Yeah, get a little... But he probably survives this, though. Come on, he's a demon, right? He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be like... He's gonna be fine. That was too easy. It was way too easy. It was way too easy. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be like... I don't need that. But yeah, maybe you can wish Okken's powers, I guess. Maybe you can... Yeah. He's like, yeah, okay, let's have a deal. I'm a demon, okay. Yeah, yeah, he wants to save Okken, right? But it's a kind of trade, I guess, with him? Like, would Daida to trade something? If she wants to save Mirjano, her soul, right, wouldn't the demon request something for that? Like, I take your soul instead, boy. But I mean, maybe they can have more than one wish. They can also wish for Okken. They can wish like more stuff, maybe. But what's the deal then? If it's weird, it's be like, okay, fine, you know. Okay. Here we go. And he's all happy. Like our body's so happy too. There we go. So saved by... yeah, but... it feels too easy. What would the demon be like? What's the demon? What is this? Let's go! And he picks her up! Yeah, you're my woman now. No, it's Daida now. She's misunderstanding here. I am Daida. I'm not my father. I'm Daida. But I also want to smash you. Don't worry, girl. You can have you can marry the son instead. Something stupid. But I guess the demon just was like, yeah, girl, you go or something. I guess the demon accepted it because they were friends or something. Something like that. The demon was like, okay, you have a happy life or something. He just accepted it. I don't know. The demon was like, okay, fine. I love her. She's my friend, so it's fine. What? But yeah, poor Okken now, I guess. I was gonna save my... Oh yeah, so suddenly her body comes back too and everything. Frozen body. But I feel... like I put it in the wrong... I just agree with you. I wanted to piss off poor Desha Despa. Yeah, man, he's like, oh, loser. Did he just do it to piss them off or something? But couldn't he do more than one request? Couldn't he also do something for Ocken? Like, could he do some other trade? Man, douchebag deal, man. Yeah. So now Daida saves her. But he's gonna smash her out. This is some weird, you know, very hentai storyline here. Yeah. You know the Daida was like that mirror girl. That's my girl, right? He just took it to the mirror and so on. Yeah. It feels like he's in love with his father's first wife now. So it's a very MILF story. He's gonna smash his stepmom, right? He goes very hentai here. He goes very hentai, I feel. See? He's like, yeah, you made me grow, Mirjano. You're my lady. See? He goes very hentai. I told him I wanted to be my wife. Yeah, no, huh? And I was like, what the fuck is happening? It's so goddamn hentai. He's like, stepmom, I will marry you. You made my father happy. You know, my father's dead. I will marry you instead. He's a real king, I guess, you know. When the first king dies, you marry your queen, or you marry the stepmom. This feels really effed up. This is a kind of hentai plotline. Daida marrying his stepmom. Yeah, you can't hurt my wife! And Up is happy. He's like, yeah, you go, Mirjano. Of course, he's happy. He's like, yes, great. Yeah, but that's good. The captain is like, this douchebaggery. Yeah, the captain is like, she has to die. She's the Satan's bride. Yeah, we have to kill her, right? Yeah, that also pisses me off. He's gonna save Ocken, man. You took our wish there. That's good. It's her fault! That's good, Captain. It's all Mirjano's fault, yeah. Blame everything on her. That was my dad's fault, but yeah, good. But I don't know, man, yeah. I felt he could maybe find the demon again or something. Poor Despire. I want money then. He's like, give me gold and silver. That's good. That's the Despire. You have to pay me a lot of money then. Yeah, he's immortal, but you aren't. So wouldn't they have to save him before they die? But maybe Mirjano can help Ocken though. Yeah, with mom. Like cutting her hands off at one, yeah. Man. It's always Despite the freaking, you know, he's the philosophy guy. He's always like bringing in the emotions, man. The wisdom. But he loved Ocken to like his mentor, right? they're like Despa-sama! Yeah, your best master ever! Yeah, they're always like, Despa, man, you're the best teacher ever. Come on, man. Yeah, it's not about Bojji's Horizon. Come on, I'm the best mentor ever. Yeah, gotta believe in yourself, Bojji. Yeah, my brother's a great teacher, certainly. But man, this feels so hentai. He's like, I'm gonna marry my stepmom. Awesome. The whole storyline. There was kind of obvious that Daida's been falling in love with Mirjano since the mirror thing, right? He's just a kid. He was always like, he wanted to meet the mirror lady, right, for years, right? So he always had a thing for mirror ladies for a long time, right? Yeah, you did save his Ocken, right? I'm pissed off now. Mirjano is free, and yeah, Ocken wasn't saved and so on. So he's gonna be pissed off, man. But also, this is more about maybe the ranking thing. He also wants money. Okay, he's also like, yeah, money. You want money, bro? Yeah, ask a lot of money then. So they're both like, we need a lot of gold though. Yeah, the gold. Okay, it's a family trait, I guess, to really like money. Yeah, they're like. No, but he's talking about the rank guy, right? This rank guy is like. Wait, so he's number 1 now? Who was number? What did he just get number 1? But he didn't defeat that one. Who was the number 1 before that? Yeah, so he got number 1, but like, who did he have to? Because he was fought Bojji and so on, right? Yeah. How did he get number 1? He kicked the guy in the balls. Yeah, that was true. When he kicked Domas, they were like, okay, now you are number 1, man. That's what you get number 1 rank for. Oh, here we go. Finally, healing. Mom. We got goosebumps. Best mom. I could hear you all the time, best mom. Yes, you're gonna blush. She also Sundra. It's classic healing. Oh, I never did that. It's a weird Sundra mom. I never call out for you, son. I mean, sure, I had to save you for 10 days, but I never did that. I fought to death to save you, but it wasn't me to me. It's like, she's so adorable. Goddamn Sundra mom. Oh, healing. Oh, look how smug she is. As always, like, yeah, that's my boys. You're so strong. I raised you both good. I cried probably, but goddamn healing. Goddamn healing, yeah. It's always like, oh, that's my son. Oh, you're so strong. Shut up! I'm hugging you now. You have a problem with hugging you? Yeah. Shut up, son. I'm hugging you. Oh, that's good. That's good healing. Best mom. But I love healing. Oh, has to come in, you know, being very first Sundra. Like, I didn't call you out. It's like, oh, you're my sons. Of course, you're gonna win your fights. Yeah. She doesn't have seen Mirjano, Chris. And now Daida's gonna be like, I'm gonna marry this woman. It's gonna be super weird now. I tried to kill you like 5 times. Sorry about that. She's the mastermind, Mom. And I'm gonna smash her. Yeah. Now healing is gonna be like, that's right, this is Mirjano. And she's my love interest, Mom. Kill her! It's gonna be like, oh my god, poor healing. She's gonna have a heart attack. And Mom, I will marry her, Mom. Oh my god. Mother. Here we go. I'm gonna marry her. Oh, poor healing. She's gonna die from a heart attack. This poor woman, man. She's just like, yeah. This is the woman who had to kill you, Mom. And she's my wife now. Oh my god. Oh, poor healing. Okay, so now they're gonna go to the vault for some reason. Because it's got... It's like rank 1 and get the vault. I wonder who this guy is actually that's running the ranking. Is he a god maybe, right? The guy that runs the ranking system? Like who would he be, right? Like I'm the ranking master, right? Yeah, like the judge of the ranking. Like who he would be... Okay, for the happiness of people. It's probably for the gods for life. You got tricked with this stuff, right? You gotta fool them with this stuff. Those stupid humans. Okay, last final episode next week. The secret vault here. Final episode. There's an empty throne there. Okay. Next episode, I guess, yeah. They're gonna show us what's in the vault. It's gonna be like in Borderlands. When you open the vault, it's like a monster or something. It's gonna be in Borderlands. And you finally get to the vault. It's a goddamn tentacle hentai monster. Yeah, you're like, oh yeah, he went body black on me. Yeah, great. I always love that shit, man. But man, what an episode. Oh, it's anime always, man. You're gonna have the emotions, right? The goddamn emotions, the nuance. Poor healing though. Let's start with that. Best mom healing. Oh, she's so good. I love healing, man. It's always gonna be best mom, man. The ultimate mother character ever. Come on. You see my top 10 best moms, right? So anyway, yeah, let's review it. Let's talk about her healing best mom. So first of all, yet another new episode, right? But I thought about best mom healing first. So I mean, I just love how healing is so goddamn Sundra best mom. Right? He's like, I didn't try to save you, Alexander. Yeah. He's like, Mom, I'm so happy you fought all the monsters for me. And she's like, I didn't fight anything. I just love the healing, right? And she's always just so like, that never happened. But it comes with that wholesomeness, right? She's not a badass, super cool mom. Yet she's Sundre, and then of course we know she's gonna be all like, oh man, I love my boys, right? So that's a really good strength of hitting, right? You got the comedy with Sundreness, but also the wholesomeness, right? Where she can't, control herself, because she wants to be this like proper queen, right? That she can't really control it. So with Sundre, and then of course, we get all like smug. What is it? When she's all like, "You're my boys." Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Then she gets like, "Well, you're my son, so of course you're gonna win, boys." Right. So that's why I love her, right? Because she has all this great, scenes where she's raising them and so on, right? Learning styling, etc. And the whole Subverting trope, right? All this stuff. But also, especially now, then, because she goes from this like Sundre thing, right, into the smug mom thing, which is like, yeah, I mean, I raised you both. Of course, you're immortals, right? And then we get that wholesomeness, and I think the wholesomeness of healing is even stronger and better, right, than in other animes. It's because she's just like she's always trying to, pretend to be just this like unemotional queen. She's trying always to be like, well, I have no emotions. I'm a queen. She's trying to be, status or whatever, right? And then she's like, "Shut up, son! I'm gonna effing hug you," and so on. Yeah. So I think that is a good shit of a healing, because we had this mic scene leading into, of course, she loses it, right? Yeah, she's like, "God damn it, I gotta hug them." Jumps at them, of course. Jumps at them. Yeah. Then, of course, she can't control it anymore. She jumps at them, right? She's like, "God damn it, son." Which of course leads into her then screaming at them when Daida is like, "Oh, Mom, you're embarrassing me." And then of course she's like, "Shut up, stupid boy. I do what I want." And this one leads into the, oh my god, the marriage scene. Oh, here it is. Yeah, here he screams at him. I think he loves that anime, man. God, best anime, best mom ever. And then of course she gets pissed off at him. He's like, "Shut up, son, useless. I do what I want. I will hug if I want to." So it's a great, this like Sundre mom wholesomeness. This is awesome. But anyway, then of course it's into this very hentai plot, though, right? Let's be honest here, very hentai plot, right? Bam. Wholesomeness, hugging and so on. And then it leads into, healing having a heart attack, yeah. Healing losing her mind, right? Because of course it is into this thing, where Daida is like, "That's right, Mom, I'm gonna marry my stepmom." And he's like, but man, this anime already felt kind of, it has a lot of hentai vibes, right? Where Bosse raised Mirjano, and it felt more like Bosse first liked her mom, right? And then when her mom died, he raised the daughter instead. And she fell in love with her like adopted father, right? And then she wanted to make him happy and so on. And then, she kind of raised his son-ish, right? And now his son is like, "Oh yeah, my father is dead, so I'm gonna make you happy, Mirjano." So he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna smash her hard every day. My father couldn't do it, so I will do it." It's this weird storyline how he's like, I promised my father to make you happy, which means in the bedroom or something. It's really weird how he picks up where his father left her off and is like, "Don't worry, Mirjano, I'm gonna take care of you sexually." Yeah, it's like, what? It's this really weird thing, and I love the whole thing, right? Mom comes in there, right? I mean, his other mom, right? His real mom comes in and it's like, "Oh my god, that's Mirjano, kill her!" It's like, "Mom, this is my wife now." Oh god, poor healing. That poor lady. She's been, Mirjano had to kill his mom like, 10 times something? It really is weird. Even if you ignore the whole thing that he was like, that she took over his body, right? And tried to kill him by giving him his body to his father and all that stuff. And then she tried to kind of have like sex with his body when his father was in that body or something kind of. Damn, they had some kind of sexy dance. And they were, "Oh, we're gonna be together forever." And if he even ignored all of that shit, it really felt kind of strange, right? Then she also had to kill his mom, right? Many times, and his brother and so on. And Holiday, he's like, "Whatever, I'm gonna marry her." Yeah. So poor Healing. Healing comes in there, right? Just after having survived her attacks for like a few days, right? And her son is like, "Hey, Mom, thanks for saving my life. Now I'm gonna marry the woman you hate the most." It's like, what? Oh my god. It's just like, God damn it, boy. It was kind of obvious, though. I think so. That was gonna happen. When he carried, even earlier, I felt it was kind of obvious that when he was like, what do you say, right? What thinking about? No, but when he was like, how say, when he carried her, yeah, when he kind of lift her up, right, as his bride, yeah. Not only did he like grab her in the light and so, but he had this in here, this, yeah. I felt it was kind of obvious when he grabbed her like this, right, and just kind of threw her up in his arms. She's like crying. Here it is, yeah. He's like, yeah, you're my girl now, and he's like, oh, but dinosaur. Yeah, he's like, don't worry, I got you. Like this scene. When this scene happened, I felt like, okay, goddamn it, man, he's gonna have sex with her now. He's gonna take his stepmom and yeah, he's gonna marry his stepmom. I really felt it here. I was like, oh man, now he's gonna marry his stepmom, right? It's yeah, he throws her up here in his arms, and she's like, oh my god, oh, Bosse. Like, no, I'm Daida-sama. Daida-sama, oh, that can work too. It's like, you know, I can live with that. Yeah, you know, it's like what? And then the demon is like, her demon friend is like, yeah, you go, marry him and be happy, right? He's like, yeah, I allow it. You know, you can. Yeah, you take that boy instead, yeah. I knew at this moment, right? But it certainly was built up, though. It certainly was built up that Daida was in love with her before, right? He was in love with like the mirror, right? We see in opening somewhere, right? That him and Mirjano kind of like raised him to some extent, right? Like they were hanging out, and she was a mirror, and they kept talking and so on. So she was like his pen pal or whatever, right? Something like that, yeah. It's not exactly explained, right? But he clearly had some kind of relationship with Mirjano before she actually kind of killed him, right? With his father's soul thing. Before that, they had some kind of, I don't know, romance-ish going on, I guess, right? He was like, oh, who is the mirror lady that I always had a thing for? So I guess he was fantasizing about smashing the mirror lady before he knew all the other stuff, right? So yeah, so it certainly is built up though that he had a crush on her right before everything happened though. So I don't think it's incredibly actually impossible that he would be in love with her. Because because if you ignore all the crazy stuff, his father and mom and all the death and shit, right? Even all of that, he clearly had a crush on her back before everything happened, and then you get the whole sad backstory and blah blah blah, and he sees her soul and everything. So yeah, I could see why he wants to smash her. Right? I can see why he's in love with Mirjano in an extent, but it's certainly similar to his father. It is kind of cray-cray in the sense that she did try to kill him, like him himself, right? She tried to kill him like a week ago, and she tried to kill his mom several times, right? And his brother as well. She tried to kill his family several times already, and he just like forgives her. It's like, whatever, I want to sleep with her. Let everything bygone, yeah. And he's like, whatever, doesn't matter anymore. Like she just tried to kill you like an hour ago. You know what I mean? Like he just like Bosse was like, yeah, you killed my wife, but you know I still love you. So also I thought that was kind of weird with Bosse's backstory. That I would say is like I didn't like that the best in Bosse's backstory, honestly. When I said last week too, when Bosse is like, yes, but I was so happy with with Bojji's mom and so on too, right? And he's just like, yeah, I understand why you had to kill my first wife, or my second, if she's the first wife, whatever, yeah, like my second wife after her, or whatever, yeah. And I forgive you, whatever. It felt a little too much like, but you said that you loved your giant wife, and then she killed your giant wife, and you were like, whatever, I got another good wife, He's just like, he seems to be kind of callously not really caring that she did kill his one of his wives, right? And Daida similar here is like, yeah, you tried to kill me, my mom, and so on, but who cares, whatever, it's over. It is a little bit like, okay. But anyway, I do buy though that he was in love with her before everything happened, right? Yeah, I do buy that though. It really feels like it mentioned several times that Daida was like into, again, right, her as a mirror pen pal or whatever. Without ever seeing how she looks, right? He was kind of in love with his, talking mirror lady. So, yeah, I guess he had a thing for her since always, right? I suppose. But one thing is never explained, though, right, in the actual storyline, which I think is a minor plot hole, is of course that Healing, when she saw the mirror, was like, the mirror is evil, destroy it! Healing was like, get it out of my boy's room, right? So Healing, though, did remove that mirror, right, with the maids when Daida was like bored or she was pregnant, whatever, yeah. So she actually did like remove the mirror from Daida before, he was early when he was young. So it is never explained how the mirror then, obviously Mirjano, but stuck in the mirror, how the evil mirror got back to Daida as a kid. That was never explained, right? But it was Healing clearly removed it, and then it came back anyway. So, but I mean, maybe she used uppers or whatever. But yeah, the felt like a little bit plot point there that's never been explained really, what actually happened, right, with like how she got back to kind of manipulating Daida, or I guess seducing, Daida. How she got back to seducing this boy. One thing that reminds me of is Tenshimoyo, right? So this is not a big spoiler tomorrow, okay, so no worries. Tenshimoyo classic, you know, the OG harem show, right? The OG harem show, and his love interest, and obviously the best love interest in Tenshimoyo, he actually wins in the spin-off. She does win actually. She's the winner in one of the spin-offs. But and then eventually he marries them all, right? In the main story. But of course, talking about OG, one of the OG best girls, right? OG best girls. We're talking about Ryoko. No, that didn't work. Yeah, this one. That part is better. There we go. OG best girl, baby. Oh, look at the up-eyes. So yeah, Ryoko, which is she's like my OG, you know, OG, what's it called? OG best girl. No, but almost, right? Because, you know, Ryoko, she's a lot like Lum, I guess, too, then, specifically Lum, but she's a lot like, you know, Darling, and before 02 and so on, we had Lum, right? And before that, and at the same time, we had Ryoko and so on. She's like kind of the badass, cool chick in the harem, you know, the brutal girl that fights and is like a tomboy and that stuff and so on, right? And, you know, very genki and so on. But anyway, we have in Tenshimoyo. That is a very similar love story between her and Tenshi. So Tenshi, because she's a demon then, right? She's an alien actually, but she's a demon, so to speak. She's stuck in this demon cave next to Tenshi lives because his grandpa is an alien, blah, blah, so this is so on. But anyway, Tenshi then talked to her like whatever, like imprisoned demon spirit, right, in this cave that his grandpa sealed away, right, before the storyline then. So he's back. They have some kind of similar relationship, where she kind of talked to him a lot as a kid and so on, or observed him as a kid and so on, and she has a kind of spiritual relationship or something like that, right? Which was stuck in a cave instead. So it is kind of, honestly, it is kind of similar to that Ryoko Tenshi love story with Daida Mirjano. Yeah, like Tenshi was like, oh, I was like this cave or something. She was like, oh yeah, Tenshi. But at the same time, it is very hentai, right? Because just like Mirjano, Ryoko, you know, saw Tenshi as a boy, right? So she talked to him and so on when he was a baby, you know what I mean? Like he was like 3-year-old, 4-year-old, yeah. She kind of like, you know, was there that he grew up, right? And then she's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna smash that boy. Now it's a teenager. You know what I mean? It is a little bit like, yeah. It is a little bit like that. Kind of similar to this thing, right? I mean, obviously she kind of raised him to some extent, right? But now she's gonna smash him, but she's just his stepmom, right? So, you know, let's go with it, I guess. But anyway, yeah, stepmom story over. I'm talking about stepmom's backstory then. Not surprised all the kind of learning her backstory, right? That she was trying to, you know, she was always like, you know, how to serve Bosse, right? So, backstory, of course, really sad. And she was trying to kill herself and so on, of course, jumping off the mountain and so on. That's on the stuff, right? Makes it better. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. But it's so funny that, I said it earlier in the birthday reaction, but it's so funny that people that look at my Annie Award video, right? Of course, I was mostly roasting how the Annie Award is so biased, right, for non-Japanese stuff, so right. And people are like, oh yeah, well, it's you know, Orkan is better nuanced than, like, you know, whatever, Mirjano. It's like, okay, have you seen this anime? No, you haven't. Right? I'm just saying, right? People haven't even seen these shows, right? Come on, let's be honest here. They have seen like one anime per year, whatever. But this is clearly where her, you know, desire started, right? She was so into, like, I'm gonna make Bosse the best no matter what, as we know earlier too. And it is kind of clear, right, that she, even here, she was like so obsessed with making Bosse's goal or whatever, right? But never actually asking Bosse what he wanted, right? Because even here, she started sending these weekly to fight Bosse, right? And he's like, whatever, they're too weak, right? Send me a real fight. And she just want to do it, but she was going to die, right? And then later on, of course, she kills his wife and so on to make him stronger. So she's all been obsessed, right, by helping Bosse without actually asking him what he wants, right? It's like helping him in his own way, right? So this is certainly the start of her obsession of making Bosse the best, right? In her own way, you know what I mean? No matter what he actually wants, right? So she has that kind of yandere vibe, whatever you call it, right? Like, she's obsessed with making him happy, but it's the kind of artificial happiness that she believes he wants, right? Not actually what he wants. And that what leads him to also getting a shitty victory, right? So that was really interesting, yeah. So first of all, we see the demon, which is also kind of strange, right? That the demon has this, like, he's a cute boy, and then when you ask him questions, he gets uglier and also more evil, I guess. So that's a weird thing too. His power is like he turns evil or uglier if you ask him questions. Very weird power. But anyway, right, so he blah blah blah, you know, make Bosse fight the god guy, and then Bosse finally wins, right? So where's the god fight? Yeah, and he's like, I don't care anymore. And Bosse is all, you know, sad that he beat him. Here it is. So then he defeats the god guy, right? And this is very interesting because, of course, I mean, I guess this guy was number 1, right? Before Bosse beat him. That's kind of how it definitely goes off. And he was the one that created the whole system. He was the one behind the whole king system. And he was the head of crowning them. So Bosse, but what is really weird, I feel it's never spent this anime, is how Bosse is only rank 6, right? Because it feels like they keep saying that Bosse is the strongest person, physically speaking, right? And this guy was probably number 1 until Bosse beat him. Yet Bosse didn't get better than number 6, even though he probably beat the best guy, right? And this guy was an actual god, right? He wasn't just a king, he was a god king. And again, also the OG god king, right? So Bosse could beat him finally with the power of Bojji, right? So he had double giant powers, and he was finally the strongest thing alive, right? And really became the strongest being in the planet, right? But it's interesting. I think it's again really good writing in this anime, right? Because this just shows you how Bosse is so sad now, right? Bosse is so sad that he's like, oh, I won. But now I just feel emptiness, right? It didn't mean anything, right? It didn't mean anything. And I think that it really comes from that Bosse knows his shit, right? He's just like, instead of getting stronger by training or whatever, and of course maybe he could never beat this God King, right? This God King could have been too powerful, right? With Bosse's normal strength. So even if he trained for 100 years, maybe he could never win. Certainly it could be a thing, of course. But still, instead of getting stronger by, you know, whatever, training, technique and so on, better strategy, whatever, right? He just became the strongest by, of course, consuming his son's powers, right? So he became like a giant fusion or whatever, right? He got a double giant strength, right? And then suddenly he was too strong, and that's clearly like a cheat code, right? Bosse clearly cheated to win, so to speak. And that's why, of course, he feels so empty and bored now. Because he's like, oh, I won. Yeah, great, you know. Yeah, I won, but to what cost, right? He also betrayed, of course, his wife and his son and so on. So he betrayed his family, but also then he became strong in a way that feels kind of artificial, right? Especially artificial. It feels like a cheating way, right? How is it worth, right? How was it worth becoming this strong, right? You know, what is the value of this strength, right? Yeah, like reaching the apex of power, but not doing it in a natural way, not actually getting there by his own whatever, right? Training or improvement of techniques or whatever, right? Just getting there by cheating, and also then betraying his son and so on by doing it. But still, even if it wasn't betrayal, even if it was just like, here's a potion, drink this potion and you get double the strength forever, right? That still would feel also kind of empty, because you're like, oh yeah, but then you would be like, okay, if I drink this thing, I get double the power up. Okay, sure, right? Yeah, okay, but then you're like, oh, I'm so strong now. Yeah, how far would that be? Right? It wouldn't feel as worthy, as valuable to beat the god by drinking that potion, right? Especially not in Bosse's case, because I mean, there's one thing, right? If you have like a hero that wants to kill the evil god, this guy's an evil, slave. He was a slave of humans, right? So some people wanna beat him because they hate this guy. He's an evil god, right? So they wanna beat him. But in Bosse's case, it isn't about like, I wanna beat this guy because I hate him. He's like, I wanna beat him because I wanna be the strongest, right? Bosse's desire isn't to beat the evil god because he's evil. He wants to beat him because they wanna beat him, right? So he doesn't actually. Yeah, I mean that's the real difference here, right? The Bosse doesn't actually care about such a big that this guy is the bad guy. He's only fighting him because he wants to fight him, right? Yeah, he's only there to fight. He's not there because he actually, again, then cares about what is right or wrong, right? And that's the big thing, right? Bosse doesn't actually care to, like, whatever, get revenge, but he is kind of responsible for killing her mom, right, so on, to some extent. If anything, Bosse should hate him because, with Mirjano's mom and so on, right? But anyway, he doesn't really know that, so he's only here to fight him because he wants to be the strongest fighter, right? And of course then, becoming the strongest fighter by cheating feels empty, right? If he was more like, I want to kill this guy because he killed, my friends or whatever, right? He betrayed his people, yeah, then it would be more like, okay, I get the potion, I drink this, cheat potion, right? Bam, whoop, and now I'm like twice the strength, and I beat him and I saved the planet, yeah, that would be like, that he would be happy because he was like, I saved everyone, or I got revenge, or so on, yeah. But now it's more like, I want to fight because I like fighting, and then I won, but I cheated, so, what's the value in that, right? So, of course he gets depressed by beating him instead. But that's really a good thing to, the essential reason of why are you fighting someone, right? Otherwise, let's not forget this scene. It was amazing when Bosse was jumping. Man, the anime is so goddamn sad, man. This definitely that crying scene when Bosse was saving Mirjano. Oh my god. This anime is so goddamn dark, man. She just tried to kill herself and he comes running there and saves her. Oh. Man, this anime, she's obviously a very sympathetic, sad character, right? Incredibly sad. Mirjano arguably might be one of the most saddest evil backstories ever. Honestly, yeah, I'm trying to think of another like sad bad guy, but because there are many sad bad guys in anime. Anime is notoriously has a lot of, you know, sad backstory. I mean, that's why I always say anime. Anime has a lot of usually long, good backstories. Why is this person the main bad guy? Very rarely do you find an anime where the main bad guy doesn't have like a, you know, a really good backstory why they are bad, right? You know what I mean? That's one of the, I think, anime's really big selling points, right? That they have really well motivated bad guys. Like, why are they evil for? This is why. But Mirjano might be the saddest bad guy ever. Mirjano seriously might be the saddest backstory, saddest villain ever, something. Yeah, something like that, right? Yeah, she might seriously be that. In that sense, you get by Daida wants to smash her, right? She's like, stepmom, I got you. But it is still his stepmom, so it is still weird, man. And she did raise him, and like, even though Ryoko is my favorite girl, right? Again, she's my favorite girl in One Tension Moyo, certainly she is. She's my OG best girl, right? More or less, right? But still at the same time, that is a little weird in Tension Moyo, because she kind of raised him. She kind of, it's like a bonus mom tension, right? To some extent. It is kind of weird how she's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna marry my son, you know. It's a little bit like that in Tension Moyo too. He's a bit. And honestly, Tension Moyo though has a lot of that seriously, because Akane is his, what is she? Akane is the sister of his grandfather, and she wants to marry his grandfather, right? Her brother. And then when her brother is too old, then she's then decides to marry Tenshi, which is then her brother's grandson, because she's like, you know, old because aliens and can live for longer. But it's still, yeah, she wants to marry her brother's grandson. So it is, that anime I read has a lot of those weirdness and and so on. Yeah. And then Vashi also wants to marry Tenshi, and she's the mom of Ryoko. Yeah, this character's mother is also trying to marry the same man as she's trying to marry. So I mean, Tension Moyo. I mean, again, if you haven't seen it, it's like the OG horror anime. And it's a goddamn Jerry Springer show, right? Because everyone is basically related to someone. My god, the anime is effed up, man. The anime is really weird. It is really weird. And everyone is like an alien or something. And also for that matter, Vashu is Mihoshi's great-grandma or something. Yeah, she's also the great-grandma of another woman, another female character in the anime. And also in the harem. Yeah, like Vashu is like super old, right? Vashu is like 5,000 years old or something. So she's also the great-grandma of one of the other main horror characters, like straight up. But it's so weird, man. Holy shit, that is crazy. But seriously, it's kind of similar, right? Like she's gonna marry her love interest son now, right? You know, she's gonna marry Bosse's son, right? Yeah, it's after trying to kill him. It's weird. My god, it's weird. It's anime where it's super hentai, man. This episode is sad and also super hentai. Holy shit. Anyway, guys, subscribe, press the like button. I'll see you guys. I do a little Elden Ring in a few hours now. I almost beaten the game. I got 2 bosses left. Something like that. So I'm very close to beating the game. It's been a painful experience. It hasn't been that hard though. But I played it for a lot of hours because it is super long, okay? You don't have to do everything, but I've done most things on the world map, and I'm probably high, probably over leveled, right? Of course, for the bosses. But holy shit, man, you find like the sewers in the capital. Like, oh my god, it's like an hour more here. The game is never ends. Like you find a new area, and like oh my god, like you find the underworld. Oh, it's like 3 dungeons here. You're like, well, I thought it was like 1 dungeon. The game is a lot of that. You find a new dungeon. I'm in the Mog Blood dungeon now. You find the Blood dungeon. And, oh, it's not a dungeon here. Yeah, the game is like insanely big. Like seriously. You don't think the world map is that big, because every time you find a new dungeon in a new region, it's like a freaking 3-4 boss fights there. You're like, what? But on this, of course, now that I'm over leveled, right? Because I've done all of them, it's like 2 or something, right? So now it's easy, right? Because you can almost kill the boss like 1 combo, of course. But it's like, holy shit, is the game big? One thing I say about the game. You can say it's bad or good or whatever, but it's big at least. It's a lot of hours to play the game. Anyway, see you guys. Have a good day in Elden Ring. Maybe in like 3 hours from now. I'll get some food and so on.